Welcome to Grimoire with me, and today we're going to be doing our numerology, our life path numbers, and we're going to choose a spot in my book that I've kept and I've waited to do the Zoltar spread. So let's start off with, let me just move my bookmark, also works as my pendulum. Little amethyst. Okay, what I like to do is grab a couple inch washi tape and always tape the center if you're going to be doing painting. I'm going to do a wash of paint, so I don't want the paint to leak in between the signatures, between the pieces of paper, and that totally helps me out prevent any harming any previous work or future beautiful dry pages. So cool little tip there. Definitely saved in my work in the past. I'm going to be doing a beautiful wash of some teal. I'm going to be keeping this spread very, very easy, very fun. This is more just hanging out with Zoltar, throwing up some numbers, and usually I do quite a fancy background, a lot going on, but if I think of what I plan to throw down on this 2-page spread, that if I did too much background, I'm going to lose my PDF downloads I have for the what I'm going to do for my cutouts for Zoltar. So, using some double-sided tape, and even though I'm going to be using some washi tape, in this case, because of all the paint that I did and it's kind of bumpily, because it's not cardstock paper, so I decided to use some double-sided tape as well. Choose whatever style of washi tape that you'd like, any background color that you'd like. Have fun with it here. I'm just going to play off some of the old school colors of the burgundies, reds, golds, and beiges. So I'm going to do a punch of color with this aquamarine. Now, these are our PDF downloads for today. We're going to have some tickets. We're going to have a space to put all your life path, your destiny, soul, personality, all the kind of good stuff here. A place to rock your name amongst the stars. Some little rock this way. This is Zoltar. We're going to need 2 of these because we're going to do a bit of a paper toll. And that is going to be giving us some 3-dimension when we work with this one. So if you like, print everything out on cardstock paper. And these are actual Zoltar tickets that I found online. And these are actual popcorn covers that I found online. Where you can find these PDF downloads are one of 2 places. For Pagan Crafting, Patreon or Etsy. Patreon, you'll be able to, even as a free member, you will get notifications of each of my posts, whether they be locked or unlocked to you, depends on your membership that you choose. Free supporter, Witchling, Grimoire Club, and the Meet Me Coven Witch tier. You could also find the PDF downloads, purchasing them individually on Pagan Crafting Etsy versus Patreon. That'll be part of your monthly membership. You will get all the PDF downloads depending on your tier of choice. Thank you for joining me, and let's get back to our craft. So after we've cut everything out, what I've done for the tickets to give them a kind of a little more authentic flavor, I just grabbed my hand hole punch, brought in along the edges, and I did that for my Zoltar tickets as well. I did that for the corner, and it just makes it look a little bit more old school. I like it. So we got Zoltar here. We're going to cut out one of the Zoltars. So let's start off by cutting out his window with an X-Acto knife. And then we're going to make what's called paper toll. It's a 3-dimension where you would use a few layers of paper to create a 3-dimensional look. It's more of a 1970s, 1980s style of art. It's a lost art, if I do say so myself. Now, this is only done with 2 layers because it is in a book. So normally I'd probably break down 5 or 6 layers if it was doing traditional paper tool. Now, traditional paper tool, you would use silicone, but in this case, we're going to use hot glue so we can have some dimension as well. Grabbing some plastic from some recycled piece, and I'm going to create a little wee window, grabbing some double-sided tape to put this on and secure this. And I'm just going to hit all around the edges and line that up wonderfully. Now, before I add this on, I am going to be adding some hot glue. And I do want to puff it up a little bit, not go very thin. I do want a bit of a blob so it'll stand up off each other, and then it'll look like we're looking into a cool little window. I'm sorry I'm talking about it too much. I love paper tool art. I need to do some more. I think I did one video with some paper tool art, and it was tarot cards, I believe. That was fun. And there we have it, Zoltar, granting your wishes. Yes, I love Zoltar so much. My daughter and I used to go walk on this White Avenue, and they had Zoltar at a candy shop, and it was so cool. It's downtown in my city, and we used to go get some candy, go for a walk, go look at all the artwork downtown, the murals, and then we get our fortune read by Zoltar. I have so many of his tickets, and to find them now that I've kept them all these years to do something cool with them, can I find them? No. Can I find them for this project? No. Pretty sad panda, but I will add one day when I find them to this Grimoire with Me spread, my Zoltar original tickets that I got, because I kept them all and we dated them all and we wrote each other's names on them. So we kept our fortunes. It's so cool. Making a little pocket here, I'm going to, for the popcorn, and I'm going to put the little tickets inside here, the Zoltar fortunes. And then on the back of the tickets, I'm going to be adding all my numerology numbers. If you'd like to look up your own numerology numbers, may I suggest cafeastrology.com. I use that every time, and I use that for this project to make sure I got all the numbers I was looking for. Gotta love these hard to get into Mod Podge containers. Brutal. So making some pockets here, as you've probably noticed, super easy. There's folded lines. These are going to be more like a little tuck pocket that we're going to put in the Zoltar tickets with our numerology numbers pasted on the back of each. Little rinse and repeat. Super easy, like little flaps. And that way we're going to add a little paper clip, and that's just going to hold it in place. Mod Podge dries pretty fast, which I like. I like better than craft school glue. It takes a little bit longer. Smells better, but takes longer to dry. Okay, so now we're going to add the popcorn face on it, our little popcorn bag. Just trimming off the top there to make sure it's nice and flush. And Mod Podge friend. Now what we're going to be doing here in a bit, we are going to be adding all my numerology numbers on the back of each of the tickets. I find this Grimoire with Me is more of a personal reflection of your unique self. So this should take on your own flavor, your own creativity, your own fun, and then it has everything from your own numbers to your own zodiac, Chinese zodiac, Celtic zodiac, and more. Now, I left a place to have your name in stars. Kara Ashland, don't mistake it for Kara Aisling. Blech. It's ashland, actually, like the tree. Let's find a place for all our little cutouts. Now, if you notice, my background is like I was saying earlier, super, super easy. A wash of color and I'm punching it out with the simple cutouts with this one. This book to me is a reference book, so I want to be able to get at this page a little bit more. I love circus stuff, so I don't want to lose it on the page. Now you could use the double-sided tape and a bit of Mod Podge, and it helps it stick on to where you've done your paint. If you haven't done like a clear coating over top of the page, I'm going to keep it matte finish. I'm liking this look. It doesn't need to be shiny in this case. Some of my pages I've glossed right up and clear coated with some high gloss Mod Podge, but this case I like the flat, I like the simple, and I'm liking the cutouts. And love Zoltar, of course. Got a bit of glue on the paper, so it looks like one of the tickets are going to lay down there, so we'll hide that little glue mark later. And simply place down where you wish and have some fun. Now we're going to add some tickets and some stuff around the edges, so leave some little holes and spaces to be filled in by cascade of tickets that maybe would have been found along the circus or on the ground or something. We're going to put them all over. Naming stars. Yay! Sideshow Freak Show. Woo-woo! That's probably would be my... What would be your role in the circus? Would you be the tattooed lady? Would you be dancing with the bears? Would you be a clown? Or would you scared of clowns? Or would you be in one of the sideshow freak shows? What would you be? Comment down below. Okay, preparing. What I've done here, either you can write on the back of your tickets all your numerology numbers, but I just printed mine out to make it look a little sharp and make it go by a little quicker. So now we have our tickets. Rough them up, curl them up, bend them up, fold them back and forth. Make it look like they've been used. Now they're going to be like, we're pretending they've been found. There was tickets found on the floor or tickets used up around the circus entry. Ooh, looks like I missed gluing that one down. Let's hit that super quick. Gotta have one of our main little title guys up there. Now let's start off with our tickets. Now I'm using green to balance out some of the reds and beiges in the top right hand corner. And I have some of the blues and beiges that'll overlap on the other side too. Now I have some, there it is, on that little spot. Some of the paint didn't quite take over the washi tape. Instead of hitting it again, I'm just going to cover it up with a ticket. You're not going to know. Well, there's that area with the glue. I'll probably put something down there too. Then you can't see it or notice it. Done. I like it. So yeah, have fun with it. Move things around. You can always add and take away later. Oh, I wish I had my original Zoltar tickets. I can't find them. But someday when I do find them, I'll add them to this page because they deserve a little love, a little front and center. Okay, so now that I've roughed up my tickets, had some cool spots for them, I think next what we need to do is add my numerology numbers on each of the page. You can always add more tickets later, but notice I've left a little space. So I have my little white marker here. I love it for art journaling. It's a little, I think it's water-based, kind of a paint pen. And I'm going to add all my personal numerology numbers. Now you can just simply add 1 through 10 if you want, all those numbers, or you can write in your personal numbers. So I do have some that are repeated, and that is why some of them are repeated, because these are all correspond with me and goes with my birth chart. And this is a combination of a few numbers, and almost done. So now you can see why I left little holes here and there, and I didn't put tickets all the way down. And I like that little punch of white, just that little bit more. Well, thanks so very much for hanging out with Zoltar and myself as we do the numerology. Now remember, you can find it on cafeastrology.com. I'll lay it down in the description, so you can just click right on that link and you can go find your chart and your numerology. And I will see you on the next Grimoire with me, Nature Grimoire with me, and coming soon to Cara Ashland, to Pagan Crafting near you, is Sabbath Grimoire with me.